Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be teaching you two techniques of how you can instantly get yourself out of fight flight. So before we go ahead, I may just explain a little bit about what fight flight is. So fight flight is when you're under a stressful situation and it's your body's reaction to it. So certain things will happen in the body, certain hormones will be stimulated and certain functions of the body will shut down and be stimulated so that you can either fight or you can flee. So imagine back in caveman times and they're being chased by an animal or they're hunting, their body is going to go into fight flight. So what will happen is they'll get a boost of adrenaline, which will give them instant energy. And then to continue that energy, they'll have cortisol being released into their system. And so all of the energy will be going into their arms and their legs so that they can run or fight or whatever they need to do. And the digestive system, the immune system, and the reproductive system will temporarily shut down to conserve energy so that they will still have enough energy to keep going with the battle or, whatever it is. So then the caveman, after this, he will go and rest and he will enjoy sitting by the fire or enjoy a good meal or, whatever it is. But the problem is in today's society, we never seem to get out of fight flight. We're always in a stress mode. By the time we wake up in the morning, the first thing we do is look at our phone. We see what we're doing that day, look at our calendar. Straight away, we're in a stress mentality because we're constantly thinking. We're getting attacked by, our bosses and our kids and all of the other jobs that we have to do. And so we're always in this stressful situation. We're constantly in fight flight. And when we are constantly in fight flight, then those organs I mentioned before, our digestive system, our reproductive system, and our immune system are not going to function properly because all of the energy is going into our arms and legs and into our heart and our lungs to try and keep us going and going and going all day long. So I'm going to tell you about this nerve called the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve goes from the cranium and it goes through the throat down to the diaphragm, and then it kind of spreads out and it attaches to all of your organs. And what it does is it sends messages between your organs and your brain. So when you're in fight flight, it's your vagus nerve that will stimulate your heart, like speed up your heart rate. It'll quicken your breath. And it will send less energy down into your organs and let them know to shut down for a bit until you get out of this stressful situation. So by stimulating your vagus nerve, you can reset it and instantly put yourself back not into fight flight, in a restful situation. So I'm going to tell you two ways to do this. They're kind of a little bit fun. So by activating the throat and the diaphragm, then that will reset the vagus nerve. So the two ways to do it is, one of them is laughter. So when you're laughing and if you throw your head back and you do a really big laugh like ha ha ha, then it will constrict the throat and the diaphragm, which will stimulate and reset the vagus nerve. So you just got to throw your head back. I'll show you. Throw your head back and you're going to say ha 5 times, okay? So you throw your head back and go ha 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 ha. And that will stimulate. And you can feel the diaphragm lifting up and you can feel the throat constricting. So another way to do it, which will activate those two things, is by breathing. So I'm going to tell you this technique. So you're going to breathe in for the count of 5 and then you're going to hold it for the count of 5. And then you're going to breathe out for the count of 10. And then you're going to hold it for the count of 5. And then you do it again. You breathe in for the count of 5, hold it for 5. Breathe out for the count of 10 and hold it for 5. And you just keep doing this maybe like 10 times. If you do this breath 10 times, every hour of the day, then you're going to be constantly taking yourself out of fight flight. And it is something that you have to do on a regular basis because we live such stressful lives. unless we're just going to be, on holidays, if we're just in our regular busy life, we're constantly putting ourselves back into fight flight just so we can get the job done. So you've got to consciously get yourself out of fight flight so that you can stimulate your digestive system, your reproductive system, and your immune system, and you can stay healthy. So it doesn't matter what supplements you take or what exercise you do or what lifestyle you live. If you can't continually get yourself out of stress, then none of it is going to work. Because all of those systems, your digestive system, reproductive and immune system, have to be functioning properly for all of those vitamins, exercise, all of those things to even work. So it's very important for you to get yourself out of fight flight and to take moments during the day that you can just rest and refocus and recenter so that you can stimulate all of those other organs in your body. So the two ways that you can do it is the laughter, the big ha ha ha, and then the cyclic breathing. So I'll just say it again just in case you missed it, but it's breathing in for the count of 5, holding it for the count of 5, breathing out for the count of 10, and then holding it for the count of 5. And when I first started doing it, I found it really difficult to breathe out all the way for the count of 10, and I actually cheated and just did it for 8. So feel free to do that as well until you can pick it up a little bit. But all of these things are just really simple to do. Laughing is just fun anyway. And I even read the other day that laughing for 1 minute will stimulate your immune system for 20 minutes, which is, how awesome is that? And laughing's fun anyway. So laughing, breathing, get into it and get yourself out of fight flight. See you later.